Hello, hello, good day to you, my magnificent manifestors, my prime directors. Hello, I've missed you. It's been quite a while since I've done a recording, and quite a few things have happened. Um, in May, I lost my only brother. And unfortunately, I hadn't talked to him in many years. Not my choice, his. And it was just with great sadness when when I received the phone call that he had transitioned. It hit me harder than I thought it would, but because of knowing and understanding that we are spiritual beings experiencing this human body, I know that he is better and feeling well, and the pain and suffering that he experienced here has all been washed away. I know many of you over the last several years have probably lost someone you love. So I understand a little the pain that you're going through or went through. The key for me here, though, is dealing with the people who contacted me, the funeral home that contacted me, and let me tell you, they were really good and fantastic in how they helped me to navigate all the things that needed to be done. That in itself, for me, was a miracle. Because when you live over 1,000 miles away and you have a life, and then you are expected to possibly drop everything and go handle that, is really difficult. Thankfully, I didn't have to drop everything to do just that. So, miracles that happened. A lot of times we go through and we figure out how we want to manifest stuff, things. But I've learned that many times I just want to manifest an experience. And in manifesting that experience, things show up or things happen that you do not expect. So, dealing with my brother and his estate and his things, I was able to wait several weeks because I had things that I had to take care of before I went. And so, I asked for ease and grace. I asked for the best people to come into my life that allowed that to happen. And I'll just call him David from the funeral home. Went above and beyond what was necessary in order to take care of the remains of my brother and his things. On my way, or making the decision to go out there, I decided to drive because he had things, right? And I didn't know if he had things from my parents or other items. And so I drove, so I had my truck. Because if you think about it, if I flew, I'd have to rent a vehicle, and then I'd have to pack up stuff to have shipped if I was going to have them shipped back. And it was just as well to drive. since I drive a truck. So, number one, like I said, was dealing with the funeral home. But one of the things is I didn't want to drive alone. I've driven alone from one coast to the other, from Texas to California, from Texas to New York to Pennsylvania to Florida. I've driven alone a lot, but this trip I didn't want to go alone. And most of the people I associate with are younger than me, and most of them are working. So to be able to take approximately 7 to 10 days off from work was not going to be a good thing. Now, I say 7 to 10 days because I didn't know how long it was going to take me to settle things out. So I went into meditation and visualized having someone with me on the drive to Arizona. So remember, as we've talked about before, especially with Neville Goddard, the fact that he says, believe that you've received it. Act as though you already have it. Visualize it to the point that when you come out of that visualization, you go, oh, really? And so I visualized someone with me, and it was only for a little bit. And lo and behold, a friend of mine, we were just on the phone talking, and I was talking about making the drive and, doing it alone. And she said, when are you going? And I gave her the dates, and she said, I can go with you. I said, really? She said, let me check on a couple things, and I'm sure I can go with you. It was that easy. I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to pick up the phone. I didn't have to say, are you available? Spirit provided the person for me. The drive out was uneventful because I visualized an easy drive and good gas mileage. Having good places to stay, all of that happened. When I talked to the pastor at the church that my brother was going to, and a friend, one of the deacons, I believe, they arranged to have a gathering because I said, I want a celebration. I don't want crying and boo-hooing. I just want a celebration of who he was based on what you told me. And they arranged it. I didn't have to do anything. I gave a little talk. But that's a miracle in itself as I watched the number of people that showed up on a Thursday night to tell me what my brother did for them, how he prayed with them, how he counseled them. He was a caregiver, and this 95-year-old woman came to talk about what a blessing my brother was to her. It was wonderful. To me, that's a miracle because I got to see a side of him that I didn't know. They knew nothing about his family. They realized that he got them talking about themselves and their families and things, but never. They had no clue whether he was married, single, children, family, anything. And they finally, when it was too late for me, found me to let me know that he was not well. But it was a wonderful service. That's another miracle for me and a miracle for him. When we had to go and found out he had a storage shed, but we didn't have the code to get in the gate and a number of things. And I just said it was going to be easy and effortless. easy and effortless to go into the gate, to go into and find, look in his shed and see what was there that, you know, my kids would appreciate from their uncle, or my grandkids would appreciate from their great uncle. And as I talked with David, and I said, okay, I don't want a bunch of stuff because I have stuff, but I want mementos. And that's what we found in his storage and in the place that he was temporarily staying. Things like his watch, his Bible, his study guides, those kinds of things that I could gift to others, that he would be a blessing to them for that. And so we were able to go right into the storage area, go through his storage bin, pull out the things that were of significance to us, or to me and to my family and to the church, because he had tons of Bible study material there that I gave to the church. And then when it was time to leave, we still didn't have a code, but the universe provided a way out of the storage area easily and effortlessly. So we stopped after we got out, and I was talking to David. David said, I just saw 2 miracles. I said, what do you mean? He said, 2 miracles. We were able to get in and we were able to get out. We were able to do the things we needed to do. And I said, it wasn't a miracle. And he says, huh? He said, yeah. I said, no. I asked for those things. I asked for it to be easy and effortless, and I fully expected it to be easy and effortless. Now, if you've stayed with me for this entire story, thank you, because I needed to tell it. I needed to say that even during a time of sadness, there are things that you can ask for and miracles that will happen if you truly believe. If you believe and know that all you have to do is ask, then these things will come to you. And as I said, it's not necessarily stuff or things, it's experiences. And my experience of taking care of my brother's estate and all the things associated with it has been easy and effortless. Because he didn't have a lot, it wasn't complicated. But it was easy and effortless, and all is well. So even in the time of sadness and the time of being hurt and missing a piece of you, you can ask for the experience that you need and desire to get through the pain. Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate your taking the time to listen to this recording. If you're a subscriber, thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber, I encourage you to subscribe. And please hit the bell so that Google says, oh, this is something that somebody liked. This is Eclectic Alchemy because I talk about a number of things. I talk about manifesting, gardening, cooking, and Harry and Meghan, and a number of things. They all have their own playlist. So when you come, you can listen to the things that you desire. But mostly, I talk about how you can manifest the life you want simply by asking. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. As you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so, and I will see you in the next video.